Good morning, everyone. So today we are doing a day in the life vlog. So I thought I would start it off here in bed in the morning. I have got little Henry here beside me. He has got the hiccups currently. And Levi's come to crawl in bed too, and I've gotten him a bottle. I'm very thankful that I can stay at home with the two boys and just have some quiet mornings. I'm trying not to rush this season and just enjoy the chapters as they come. Who is this? Who's laying over here?
Baby.
What's the baby's name?
Annie.
That's right.
Annie.
Yeah.
Annie.
So Levi got a tractor from Henry as a present when Henry was born. Levi loves this tractor. The only thing is he gets a little frustrated because he wants to do everything by himself. Who gave you that tractor?
Annie.
What did you say to Henry?
Thank you.
Thank you. Aw, that's so nice. So not pictured in between here is multiple meltdowns and crying from this guy, but I think that we're doing a little better now. We're having some breakfast. One of the reasons he had a meltdown, but it seems that the breakfast is okay now.
Apple.
It's not an apple. Can we get Henry over here? How you doing, Henry? You're starving as per usual, even though I just fed you? So I put away the dishes from last night, and I did a few more dishes this morning, trying to stay on top of it because I know otherwise it's going to be out of hand. I've also made myself a cup of tea to help me get through the day, and I'm going to eat some breakfast as well.
Mom.
Are there flies? You trying to get them? I do see a fly in the window. Should Mommy try and get the fly? Mom should kill it? Alright, Mom will get the fly swatter. Let's see if we can get it. I got him. Did Mom do a good job of getting the fly? So my husband stopped in for a little coffee break, which gave me a chance to get dressed, to put on some makeup, and just feel ready for the day. So that was fantastic. Now we are working on some laundry. I want to get a load on. I also want to put away some of these baby clothes. So that is the next project. Levi loves to help with laundry, which is definitely okay with me. Can you get me more? Oh, the mummies. Whoa, thank you. Thank you. Good helping. Yep, you can bring it into the bathroom. Good helping. That's a baby sock. Yeah, it went uh-oh, but you got it. Shall we take that to the bedroom? Good job. Was clean, but it's clean laundry, but you know, you have to be fussy when you have a toddler helping. Are you talking to the guy in the mirror? Did he poop too?
A big.
It is a big one. Good job. Outside. Let's go outside. That's right. You need some boots. Mommy's going to wear sandals. And maybe a hat? Where's your hat? Perfect. So we don't have an outside tap, so we just fill up our water jugs here to bring water to the animals. It's not super hot, so I don't need a ton of these today. Henry actually sleeps pretty good outside, so we've just got him in here all bundled up. I'm going to close this just so that way there's no flies bugging him or anything like that. And we have, it's a little hard to see, but we've got like this area here that I can look through, so I know he's okay. He's still getting some air. And then Levi and I will get the chores done, right? Did you give the piggy some food? So for this chicken coop here, I like to open it up just a little bit to give them a little bit of fresh air because I have a hen that is sitting on eggs and has at least one chick. We're going to check to see if there's any more that have hatched. Well, Levi's been playing with all of this chicken food. Just keeping him happy, so I just let him do it. Good job. You're all happy? That's okay. It'll clean. Good job. So you can see two dark colored ones there, and then there was a yellow one. When she moved, I saw a yellow one. So she's got at least 3 chicks now. Can you throw some food in, Levi? Good job. Look at this one. It's got little spots on it. I don't know what kind that is. It looks really cool. I see that there's an egg underneath that's hatching, so that might be why she doesn't want to get off, which is good, so we won't bother her too much. I literally just filled up his water, and you want to know why it's always empty? Because he dumps it. Why are you dumping your water? You're going to be thirsty later. Oh boy. Levi, what are we going to do with him, huh? So I have 2 hens that have hatched a bunch of chicks. I think that they're done. I've left them for a few extra days just in case, but we'll do one last check today, and then I'm going to take them out of the cages that they're in and tell them that they are done hatching eggs. Alright, so one of them is in here. There she is. Levi already knows that she needs food. Good job. That's good. Careful, careful, she'll peck you. Let's just double check. 2 eggs, and they haven't hatched. It's been, I'd say, at least 4 or 5 days since she's hatched anything. So I think those ones are probably not fertile, so we're just going to take the cage off of her. I don't know if you can see, but I've also got hens in there. I'm debating whether they're laying eggs or whether they're broody and I should put eggs under them. So I'll take this cage out, and then could be in another day or 2 I put the cage on top of another hen. Alright, so I took the cage off. She's still insistent that those eggs are going to hatch and is sitting on them. That's fine. There'll probably be a few squabbles in here because she's going to be protective and these guys are curious, so usually causes a bit of an uproar around here. What you doing, chickie? So in this cage, she is sitting on eggs as well, but she just started sitting a few days ago. So no chicks yet, but we will leave her. I'll have to close her cage up soon, but I've left her for now because I don't think this girl is laying yet, so it's not an issue. So, and we've got one more here. I need to double check that she hasn't gotten any. Did the chick come out? You're putting her back in? Go, go. That's okay if she comes out. She can eat some grass. You're throwing it? Yeah, but how are they going to eat it when you're throwing it? You got to put it in their cage. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. You going to bring some to this cage? All right, let's see here. Question is, any chicks? I really don't think so, because again, she's been sitting for a few days without anything hatching, so. Nope, don't think so. So we're going to take her cage off as well. So she's actually gotten off right away, so she might know that those are not going to hatch. There's going to be some fighting between her and other hens, unfortunately. That's usually how it goes. Alright guys, I don't want you leaving. And the other hens are checking out the eggs and the food. So Levi's got the 2 water dishes that were in those cages. He's going to get those cleaned up so we can set up some other hens to sit on eggs in the next day or 2. Are you taking the garbage out? Wow, what a big helper. Thank you. Yep, it's got to go in there. Still one of Levi's favorite things to do. A bucket of water and clean rabbit or chicken dishes, which is helpful for me because sometimes they're legit dirty. And I mean, after he spent like 20 minutes dumping water in and out of it, it's pretty clean. So I actually wanted to show you guys a few improvements around here, as well as how the garden is coming along. So even though I've had a baby and I haven't been able to do as much, my parents have still come to visit, especially with the baby. And my dad has been helping fix this place up and get things done. So I'm really thankful for that, because otherwise it would be kind of at a standstill when I'm not able to do much. So we've actually accomplished a lot, and by we, I mean mostly my dad. So you may have noticed while I was feeding the animals, but we've put up a fence, and my dad installed all of this. We've put a gate in. So this just really helps with keeping Levi in, especially when there's a lot of tractors and vehicles in and out, which is every day, all day long. I don't even know where people are going, but they're in and out all day long. So got a fence now all the way around here. Meets up with the fence that is in what I call the backyard. My dad did fix the gate to the backyard, so if I want to keep Levi out of the garden area, I can also close that, which is really handy. I've also set up sort of a secondary fence, so when I don't have the gate closed, he still can't get into the garden. So that's just, I've just put up this little thing here. That's just another buffer because, well, he likes to help with the garden, but sometimes it's not a help when he's fixing the plants. So, in the garden here, we have got lots of beans. I did thin them out. You wouldn't know it because there's still lots, but I think it's going to be all right. Along the side here are pole beans, so my plan is for them to grow up the fence, whereas these ones are bush beans, so they won't grow up the fence. Along the fence here, I've got peas, again, with hopes that they'll grow up the fence, so that will give me some vertical gardening. Now, over here, my dad built these awesome raised beds, so I believe these are butternut squash in here, and zucchini over here. Over here I have carrots growing, kinda. Carrots haven't done super well, but there's carrots planted over here. It's a few, like you can kind of see there, like that's carrots on here. But they didn't do as well as I wanted, and at the very front of the garden I planted parsnips and nothing happened, so I might plant some more carrots over there. The onions are doing fantastic. I have beets over here. Oh, you want to come in? All right, you can come in with supervision. Back there I have cucumber. Over here I have kale. Not a lot of it, but it is coming up. See it there. Here I have a bunch of rows of lettuce, spinach, more spinach, different herbs and spices over here, tomatoes at the back, and eggplant. And in this bed here we have potatoes. The plan is to add more soil on top as they grow. So we'll see how that goes. Over here I've got some more squash. You like those? Yeah, just looking at them, right? This is one of our creative gardening things. We cut holes in the bottom of it so it will still drain. And we're hoping that they'll grow. They're like vines that they'll grow up and over the sides. And over here, some more creative gardening. This here is pumpkins. Again, hoping the vines will grow over the sides and just kind of like down onto the lawn. And over here is again some more squash. Alright, so we're taking a break from working outside. I think I'm going to make some pancakes for lunch. So that's what I'm going to work on next. Pancakes on the go. The only problem with pancakes is you always have to stand over the stove forever. But they're delicious, so once in a while I don't mind. So Levi ended up going to Grandma's house for a couple hours, so I am trying to get things done. Sorted a few items in the back room, cleaned a few things up. I'm going to change over a load of laundry, and then I'm going to give Henry a bath. So I gave this little guy a bath. He's just done nursing, so he's just sleeping here. He doesn't love having a bath, but he needed it, so he smells a lot better now. It was actually good I did it when I did, because we now have no water. Pipe is broken at the barn or something like that, so my husband is working on fixing that. That's kind of just the story of living in a trailer and having water that's run from the barn over here, so I'm glad that I finished with his bath and didn't discover that halfway through bathing him. This little guy is such a snuggle bug, which, you know, is really nice because my almost 2-year-old could care less about snuggling or hugs or any of those things. So, get my fixes with this little one. You want a ride? We're not going to have a ride right now. Mommy's got to fix this cage. So Levi is back home and we are pulling things apart and working on projects and cleaning chicken cages, and I just discovered this cage here. I don't know if this will show up on camera, but all of this is broken here. So if she gets this little piece off, she's got a hole big enough to fit out, or predator fit in or something. So anyways, we need to fix that with some wire. Couldn't find my thinner wire, so it's probably a little overkill, but better that than having other issues. So the hole is kind of filled in for now. Alright, so as I mentioned in passing, we are booming in chicks around here. I think I've got close to 20 in one cage. When they were smaller, that was okay, but now that they're getting bigger, I need a bigger cage. So I dug one out here, and we've cleaned out their old cage, so we need to get the new cage set up. I also have 2 older chicks that are old enough to go outside. I've put off putting them out because we have still had some really cold nights. I think 2 nights ago it was like 5 degrees, and that's too cold for them. So it seems to be getting warmer again, so I am going to try and move them outside. I just need to set up something for them, so still got to figure that out, but I'm going to try and move them outside at the same time as switching these other chicks over to a bigger cage. So I have this cage here that I'm going to put them in. It's not huge, but it's secure, and that's kind of the most important thing right now. I can always let them go out during the day, and I think I'm going to try and use this carrier as shelter for them. Put some straw in it for them to sleep in, and just get that set up. So we're going to use the container that we got earlier today, and Levi's checking to see if it fits. He insists on getting in the cage to check. Hey, it fits! Good helping! We're going to use that for water for the chickies. Alright, we found something to use for their food. I think I'm going to put it right here. I know it's right next to the house, but predator-wise, it's a little bit safer. It's closer to where the floodlight comes on, so that might help to keep them a bit safer because they are still on the young side. So, Levi's got their food. I've put this little tray underneath the food because they're most likely going to spill most of it. So then at least it doesn't go under the cage. It just sits in that tray. So we'll see. We'll see if that works, but we'll try. And I just wired the door open on that carrier because I don't want it to obviously be closed, and then they won't move it around too much. So that gives them a sheltered spot to sleep. They do have a roof on the top, so that should help if it rains. If it really rains, I'll keep an eye on the forecast and maybe pull them inside. Just bring them inside in that carrier for a night if I have to, or if it gets really cold. But, I mean, it's the middle of June. It should be okay, right? So this will be their new setup. I still gotta get the water in there, give them 2 food dishes. I got some of them sitting in here just waiting. Some of the bigger ones are having some outside time. So they're all happy, so that will be good. So here's all the little tiny chicks. They're just huddled together because they're not under a heat lamp right now. Normally they're walking around, so we're going to move them into their new bigger cage. And then the bigger chicks that are outside enjoying some time in the fresh air, we'll take them in and they will join them. So here are the older ones. Now can you see this bigger one here with the nice curly feathers? That is a sizzle. So it is a frizzle cochin crossed with a silky, which creates a sizzle. So it's going to be pretty cute with its curly feathers. There's another one with curly feathers too, this one here, but it's younger. And the others I'm not sure. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't think any of them are sizzles, but I'm not sure exactly what crosses I've got here. So time to move out these 2 little ones here. Hopefully they like their new setup. It's definitely better than being inside, so we will give it a try. Well, they're typical chickens. They're not sure about this new situation. But it's going to be a lot better than being in the inside setup. Well, as life goes around here, it wasn't just a little leak, it's a big leak, and so my husband called the region here to come and shut off the water. And he went to the hardware store. Of course, as soon as he left for the hardware store, there came the region. And so I had to go and meet with them and take Levi and Henry along with and go and find someone to figure out what needs to be done. And so they're not sure exactly where the shut off is. So the guy is now looking to see if he can find how to shut it off so that we can get this fixed so that we can have water, not just for the trailer here, but also for the animals, because it's not super hot, but it's a warm day, and all those cows out there, they need water, so it's very important that we get this fixed. So I was teaching him to crush the prickly plants with a board, mostly because that's what we had at the moment. So he's crushing thistles. Good job! So we're looking for eggs. There's probably more, but because those chickens are sitting on eggs, or trying to, we're going to just leave them with their eggs. So this cage, though, this one has eggs. Think you can get them? I was trying to use the stick to bring them towards him, but to be honest, it might be easier to grab with his hands. Well, we got the water fixed. It is about 6:45, so it's definitely late, and I need to make some supper, so we're going to end things here. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And if you're new, we would love it if you would subscribe. See you next time. Bye.